Welcome to Lesotho, where every home lies more than a kilometer above sea level, making it the highest country in Africa. The so-called kingdom in the sky receives more rain and snow than any of its neighbors. That's why South Africa signed a water-sharing treaty with Lesotho in the late 1980s. The deal meant Lesotho would sell its water, while South Africa would ensure the supply of this vital resource. Just about 7 hours south of Johannesburg sits the Katsi Dam behind me. Now about 30 years old, it is the first model for the water-sharing agreement between Lesotho and South Africa. As South Africa's water needs grow, a second dam is rising east of Katsi. The Purihadi Dam will be nearly 20% larger and is being built higher in the mountains to capture more runoff. Today, around 60% of South Africa's capital, Johannesburg, gets its water from Lesotho, earning the Mountain Kingdom about $300 million a year in royalties.
This project makes Lesotho probably one of the most impactful countries in the world, in the sense that this water powers the biggest economic hub in Africa.
For a country with an economy just over $2 billion and largely dependent on textiles and diamond exports, that income has become one of the government's most strategic revenue streams. On the other side of the border, the urgency is unmistakable. Johannesburg's water infrastructure is under strain and political pressure is mounting. For South Africa, delays are no longer just a contractual issue. They're a mounting domestic risk.
The ailing infrastructure, water infrastructure, is a concern. And all what is happening now is that the system of rainwater is overstrained. And any system that gets overstrained, it collapses. So it is not a deliberate move not to give people of Gauteng water.
The Lesotho Highlands Development Authority oversees construction of the new dam. CEO Tente Tente acknowledges delays, but says the project is halfway complete, with water expected to be delivered to Johannesburg sometime in 2028.
I wouldn't want to deny that there are also issues of maybe performance by service providers here and there, but that is not the only issue. It's a myriad of issues that came up with a mismatch between the planned timelines as well as what is actually happening now.
Lesotho's Natural Resources Minister, appointed in 2022, cautions that Purihadi is not a silver bullet. Unless South Africa does more to safeguard its rivers and manage demand, more concrete won't necessarily mean more water.
And when I took over, I said to them, look, you guys want water downstream, but you're not concentrating on what's happening upstream. You're building all this infrastructure. So let's seriously look at putting resources into integrated catchment management to make sure that in future there will still be water.
But Purihadi is not only about supplying Johannesburg. For Lesotho, the revenue represents a bid for economic sovereignty and greater energy independence. Expanded hydropower capacity, combined with planned floating solar projects, could reduce reliance on imported electricity and eventually allow the country to export renewable power to the region.
We are looking into using the reservoir surfaces for production of solar energy. And in the end, we're gonna hit the call from the government of Lesotho to make the country a net exporter of renewable energy.
With financial backing from China, Purihadi is Lesotho's bet on economic growth, sustainability, and regional relevance. It could also shape the destiny of South Africa's biggest city.